Okay, George. So we're gonna start a mock test. Had a little practice early, didn't we? How are you feeling about this?
Pretty nervous.
Yeah.
I can't lie.
Okay. Don't worry. Just do your best. You've been driving a bit decently so far. Just remember, just watch that speed situation we talked about earlier. But apart from that, any questions before we begin?
No.
Okay. So the test is gonna last approximately 38 to 40 minutes. We're gonna be driving on different roads. At all times, I'd like you to follow the road ahead, unless signs tell you otherwise. If I want you to turn left or right, I'll tell you in plenty of time. We're going to do about 20 minutes worth of independent driving, and we'll also do one reverse maneuver. Okay?
Are we going to use the sat nav or?
No sat nav. We might use a sat nav, but we'll see on the way you go. Yeah. Any questions?
No.
Okay. When you're ready, drive out towards the left, please. So I'm going to talk through some of the quiet bits as well, just to guide you guys to see what's going on through the video. Let's turn right to the end, please. So he's done well there to keep left. Some people will go to the right, and he's doing very good observations, checking both left, right loads, coming out smoothly. So that was really good. Turn right again, please. Just this right here, please, George. So with all these things parked up in it, it can be a bit of an issue. So you've got that lorry parked on the right. I don't know if you can see in the distance, but there's like a trolley, like a bin trolley coming through. So they've now started to come through. So he's done okay to pull over, but not leaving much room for them to go past. Might want to go a bit more forward, yeah? Careful, these guys on the left. More than this? There's still not enough room there, so you can have to go forward a bit more. So it's that little blue sign there on the right. So we have priority normally, but that guy came through anyway. And if that happens, best you can do is just wait to the side. But in normal situations, you're the one that's supposed to go first. At the roundabout, let's turn right, please. So you see there when he's doing the mirror check as he's signalling, so that's one already. It's supposed to be mirror and then signal, but he's doing it at the same time. At the end of the road, turn left, please. Like I've said in previous videos, this car park can be quite busy, so just take your time here. Very good observations there. At the next roundabout, we're going to turn right to 4th exit, coming back this way, yeah? So positioning to the right nice and early. Gear 2, which is good, off the clutch, that's very good. So positioning is great here, keeping to the right for now. good mirror checks as well. And coming up to the exit, signalling left. Could have been a bit more left than this, but at least he checked his mirrors. And then he's managed to stop for that pedestrian, so that was really good. So just remember, a lot of zebra crossings are near roundabouts, so yeah, be cautious when you're coming off. But you've done very well then. Good mirror checks approaching the zebra crossing. Weather's changed again, isn't it?
Sorry?
So weather's changed again. So through this section here, there's not really much going on. Just going past the RF Museum. Reducing the speed. So people don't reduce their speed here sometimes, but you have to because there's a lot of steering there, which is done really well. So well done for that. When it's safe, can you show me how to put your headlights on, please? Thank you.
Shut something off?
Yes, please. Thanks. So you just done the show me question and you turned the lights on properly, which was good, and you put them back on. Pull over on the left in a safe place, please.
Sorry?
Pull over on the left in a safe place, please. Okay, so pulling over in a safe place. Nicely done. Thank you. We're going to start the independence driving section of the test, okay? So I need to follow a set of instructions. At the first roundabout, we're going to turn left, and then take the first road on the left, and then find somewhere safe to pull over on the left. Then I'll tell you the second part.
After the roundabout?
Yeah, so roundabout left, take the first left, and then find somewhere else to pull over on the left after that.
So after the roundabout, left, again after the roundabout.
And then we're going to turn left again on the first road, and then find a safe place to pull over.
No.
Yeah. Good observations there, especially that last little check over the shoulder, like that. That's really good. Checking mirrors is coming out. Well done. It's done really well to actually confirm the direction as well, because people sometimes they feel shy to ask. But if you're not sure what the examiner said, just ask them. Was it left, or wherever it was, so that you know exactly where you're going. Don't be shy to ask them. Mo, if you're not sure where you're going, you can ask on this section, okay? Now I've done a couple of videos, or a few videos on this roundabout actually, because a lot of people mess it up because of the way the lanes are, to get into the wrong lane or use both lanes. But George is going to do it nicely, so position himself to the left very nicely, checking the right from early, nice and clear. Keep it moving. So this is the junction where he's coasting, so his clutch is a bit down, so he's going a bit quick in there.
Anywhere, or is that?
Yeah, anywhere. There's a space just there. Thank you. We're going to do the second part now, okay? This one's a bit longer, So we're going to go to the traffic lights, turn right.
Which way?
There's a set of traffic lights up ahead. We're going to turn right there. Roundabout, go straight, second exit. Roundabout, turn left.
So right.
Traffic lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roundabout, straight ahead.
Yeah.
And then there's another roundabout, right?
Turn left.
Left.
Yeah.
Alright.
So right, straight, left.
Right.
So remember, if you're not sure, you can ask. You don't. But don't leave it until too late to ask. Okay. When you're ready, please. Okay, so this section here is 20 miles an hour, but some people miss the signs, even though there's lots of them. But George's done well to see them and is going at the correct speed right now. And then the speed changes back to 30 again. So I was wondering if he'd actually seen the speed limit change at one point, because he could have gone a bit quicker. I wanted to see how he does once he came out of this tight spot. But then we didn't really get a chance to go fast again because all this traffic, narrow spaces and things. Good mirror checks there. That car was poking out a bit, but he did well not to overreact, which is good. See, they're good braking there, just braking gently because that van made the space a bit smaller. So good positioning on the approach to the turn. So you're just waiting for the cars that are behind the one in front of us to go. Coming out really slowly. Well done.
So this roundabout straight?
At the next roundabout, yeah. Straight second exit. So at this point, this bit is actually okay. Sometimes there's big vehicles coming through like buses or lorries, and if that's the case, make sure you slow down there. But he was doing really well there because there's nothing really for him to slow down for. Okay, on the approach to the first roundabout, braking nice and early, gearing down to 2. It's good. Checking the sizes, busy, so going into 1. So well done. See the cars coming around, so there's no point going yet. But now it's got a nice gap. Into gear 2, checking the mirrors, signal, and coming off. This is really good. So well done, George. Okay, so remember, these roundabouts are quite far apart from each other, so you have to stay alert. So still remember that you're still doing part of the independent driving, because people forget sometimes, because it's so long that they get comfortable and forget that the next bit is supposed to be, you know, where they're supposed to be going. So until the examiner says, okay, that's the end of the independent driving, stay alert, and if you're not sure, make sure you ask them. Correct, yeah. Asking questions, making sure you confirm. This is really good. If the examiner can't answer the question, they'll just say, do what you think is best on. Or sorry, I can't answer you, but at least you ask. You're not going to get faults for asking questions, so make sure you do if you're not sure. So another signal there without really a left mirror check. Okay, that's the end of the independent driving. I'll give you directions from now on, okay? So. Take the next road on the right, please. So we're turning right here. This is where he drifted a bit over the line first, so he's drifting a bit and then he's turned. Could have stayed a bit more on his side before he turned into that road. But he did well to handle that van after the turn, so that was good. Pull over on the left in a safe place, please. Thank you, and then drive on please when you're ready. Excellent observations. Now this road bends to the left, but then there's a right straight after. We're going to turn that right, okay? So you see, sometimes he's just checking the centre mirror and then signalling as he's checking the right one to signal there. So that's where he's getting those faults for mirror before signal. And these ones you have to be very patient, make sure you get a nice gaps like you did there. It's very good. And lots of acceleration to get the speed up because you don't want to slow anybody down. Just holding this, just the gear stick for a bit too long there. And the steering suffered a bit, so it should have been a bit more.
Next traffic lights, turn left, please.
But he corrected it in time. Remember, if you're on your test, don't bother trying to look at the examiner's sheet or their iPad. It doesn't make sense because you're not going to see anything. You're not going to make sense of what they're doing anyway. So you might as well concentrate on the drive itself.
And then turn left again, please. This left here. Yeah? Pull over on the right hand side, please.
Okay, so we're doing the right reverse now.
When you're ready, you can reverse back 3 car lengths, please, keeping reasonably close to the pavement.
So well done for waiting for these pedestrians to go past. Very good. So looking around nicely, and then once they've gone, start moving back. Then he's going a bit too long without checking the back, so this is you got the minor for observation there.
When you're ready, drive on, please.
Good observations on the moving off. Well done.
End of the road, turn right.
on these side roads, it's really easy to get too relaxed. You want to stay alert still, because if a car comes now, you want to be prepared to either pull up or they move over before you, so that you can both go past each other. Because it's quite narrow down there as well. Is getting quite comfortable now, so on your test at first you're going to be quite nervous, especially the first 10 minutes or so, but once you start driving a bit more, you do kind of calm down and some people start actually enjoying it. So if you feel nervous, remember it's not going to last long.
Can you follow signs for Totteridge, please, George?
Yes.
Taking a while to respond to the car there. Roundabout's nice and clear, well positioned, checking the roundabout nicely, so well done.
And pull over on the left in a safe place, please. Thank you, and then drive on when you're ready. We're following signs for Brent Cross, please. Or Mill Hill, same direction, yeah?
So position yourself nicely there for the right turn. So the camera glitched a bit here, but he joined it really well. Now we're kind of halfway on the roundabout, going towards our exit. And the light starts to change around now, but it's too late for him to stop, so well done for carrying on. Then this roundabout forces you to come off on the right lane, but George does really well to check his mirrors, move over to the left when he was safe, and now he's driving in the left lane. This car's very good.
Still following signs for Brent Cross, please.
So on this roundabout, the sign for Brent Cross is straight second exit. Very nice stop. So do you see signals a bit? Signals just as he's checking his mirror, or sometimes he's checking his mirror after it signals. So that's when that thought became experienced, because it was quite repetitive. So I had to lean over to check the speed there because it felt a bit quick. When it's safe, can you go in the middle lane, please? He's changing lanes. Goes even faster. Slow down a bit there, Georgia. So that's telling. Touch your speed.
Okay, if I close the window just a bit more, it's raining.
A tiny bit. Leave it open still there, yeah? So I think he's thinking about that speed mistake just now. Next traffic lights, turn right, please. Going too fast again, mate. Slow down, please. So yeah, it's very fast. When he's changing lanes, it's going too fast. So that's definitely where the issue is. When he's changing lanes, he's not concentrating on his speed. So that's serious there for going too fast again. See what you mean about the rain.
Yeah.
It's like sideways, isn't it?
It's England. What can we do?
It was boiling when we were driving around earlier. It was boiling, isn't it?
If anything, we'll blame it. We'll just blame it on the rain.
Yesterday was nice though.
Oh yeah, it was alright.
It was warm. What would you normally be doing around this sort of time?
Working.
Yeah.
What can I do?
Gotta earn that money, innit? And the guy behind us is having a bit of fun. See him?
Yeah.
The guy behind us. He's dancing.
He's enjoying himself.
Why not? Must be a tune.
Probably a British driver.
You reckon? Living life.
Most likely.
Yeah, most of the people that are self-employed like that, they're a bit more relaxed. Have you noticed?
No boss, no stress.
Yeah, it's chilled. Okay, George, take the second road on the right. So this is the first one. Take the second one, please. So that's nicely positioned there, not too far. To the right, and then a nice turn, because it's quite a sharp turn there. Now it's just a matter of bringing it home and parking up and getting the results. We're not going to go in there this time, we're just going to go around to the other side, okay? Okay, just pull up on the left as close as you can to these cars without hitting them, yeah? Forward a bit more. Like anyway, like a bit more this way. Yeah, thank you. Stop anywhere here, please. Thanks very much. And switch the engine off, please. Just give me a second while I add this up, yeah? So how do you feel it went today? That's the end of the test. How do you reckon it went?
My genuine answer.
Yes, please.
I think it went horrible. The start was really bad with these guys.
By in the estate with that rubbish cart
Yeah.
coming through. Okay, what happened there?
I mean, the guy was supposed to give priority to me. He saw I was coming.
Mm.
However, he just went for it because he saw us learn driving. Do you know what I mean? And I stopped. A bit.
Do you reckon that's why he came through?
He doesn't have priority.
He does. We had priority, but do you reckon he came through because you thought you were a learner, because you're kind of coming through a bit slowly?
A bit of both.
Yeah. To me, it looked a bit like you were unsure. That's why. And you were quite far away. It's probably coming out anyway. But I would have gone in a bit earlier. Or
Just to stop him.
just not even to stop, but just show him that you're coming through. But the way you're driving in, it seemed a bit like you were a bit unsure whether you had priority or not. But I think you knew already that you had priority, didn't you? Yeah. But he's come through. Then once he's gone into that space, you got no choice but to kind of make space for him. And then I had to kind of remind you to go a bit more forward there, didn't I? Because those
And the
guys,
speed, coming back.
Yeah.
I think it's because I was trying to match the car's speed.
the Mercedes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were going too fast. So it was twice actually, wasn't it? Remember the first time
Yeah.
when you changed lanes? That's when you were going too fast.
Because I saw the Volvo, like he didn't indicate, he just drifted into the lane as soon as
It went in there.
I was going in there,
Mm.
the Volvo behind me.
Yeah.
And then obviously I have to make sure increase the speed.
Not to that extent that you break in the speed limit, yeah? Any other things that you've...
I'm pretty sure I failed because of the speed.
Yeah. So it's mainly, so you got three
Serious.
serious, yeah.
3 serious.
Yeah. It wasn't going too badly actually, you know. But after the speed thing, even before that, you're getting quite a few minors for checking the mirrors before you signal. So sometimes you check them after you've signaled.
Oh.
It was a minor for like 3 times, but then you kept doing it. Then I had to make it into a serious. The speed one, obviously, because you went over the speed limit, so that one
So
was.
that's 2.
And then
Oh,
the
that's fine.
awareness of that
Oh.
no, that rubbish cart coming through.
Oh.
I had to tell you to go a bit more forward there because they couldn't come through otherwise. Yeah. So you need to be aware that if you're the one that's causing like a blockage, which kind of wasn't really fully your fault, if that makes sense, because they came through.
It was the
The van
as
parked
well.
up, yeah, but you need to
Illegally,
be aware of that
yeah.
and then move a bit out of the way so
I
people
was
can
gonna move
squeeze
forward, but I just want to see if they can,
squeeze
even
past.
if you weren't with me,
You would have gone forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's no way to justify the speed one. I just need to. slow
Yeah,
down.
it was a bit too fast, yeah, especially when you're doing it twice as well. But generally speaking, I think for a first mock test, it wasn't too bad. Yeah. Do you want to know about the minors that you got?
Yeah, sure.
On one of the turns, you went a bit too far, not over the line as before you turned. So you were going to turn right after the
I think
independent
I know.
driving, and then you've gone a bit early, and then you've turned in as if a
Was it like a
van.
van?
You're coming out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was a good thing that I went a bit further, because if I went in the right position, I would have had stopped half outside the giveaway line, half inside.
No, not that stage. Before you've turned.
Before
Yeah. So you're coming in. So where the van is, you're coming to turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the road. Yeah. And we're turning in there. Yeah. We're on the main road. We're trying to turn in there, but you've gone a bit like here first, and then
yeah.
you've gone there, and then you've turned.
Oh yeah.
So stay along on your side, and then turn. Does that make sense?
Yeah. What about when we came in here?
No, that was good. You positioned nicely there. Yeah, because some people there, they're coming. The last mock test I done, you done come way too fast. So you're getting exclusive information before it's even out there. But she's coming way too quickly, and she's cut across, and she got a serious fault for that. But you done that one really well there. Clutch, one of them, you was close to around the corner when we've done the first stage of the independent driving. So we've gone roundabout left, and then first road on the left. There you've coasted into that turn a bit quick. You remember that, yeah? And steering on the dual carriageway when you first got onto there, not the one coming back, but the one, we just done a little short burst and then turn left. There, you've drifted a bit because I think you were spending a lot of time with your hand on the gear stick, and then you've gone a bit to the right. I don't know if you remember that, but you corrected it. But you shouldn't allow it to go to the right like that, okay? We've already mentioned the mirrors before signal. So this was quite repetitive one. So you just keep an eye on that, okay? And then observations for the maneuver. One minor. It was quite good, but there was a stage when you were looking.
Just at that point.
Yeah, do you remember when you went past the little bush?
I was just.
Then I think you remembered, and then you quickly checked around. Yeah, just before then you were looking too much at that mirror. Yeah. I'm glad you remember all these things though, because sometimes people are just like they don't remember because they're in a blur.
Where I went wrong, but it's just that. Obviously.
Yeah.
I already knew that I'm gonna fail because of the guy with the rubbish coming through. That was serious.
In some situations, that might not even be as serious, you know. Because you said you were gonna move forward anyway, weren't you?
Yeah, I was going to. It's not like I was just gonna stay waiting magically to get.
In some situations, because of if you hadn't done the speed thing, and if you hadn't done the mirror thing, that probably would have just been left as a minor. But because you've done the other stuff,
with the mirror thing. You told me not to do it at the same time. Just look at the mirror and then do it. Some instances I did do that.
You did. And a lot of times, remember how many times you signalled though? You've signalled loads. So a lot of times you've done it correctly, but a few times you didn't. So don't think that every time you've done it was wrong, because otherwise there'll be way more of these. Remember, we've signalled loads. Yeah. So I've only marked it down like 3 times. It was 4th time that you turned into a serious, yeah? Because that's when you didn't check it. But all the other times you did check it, and I was watching you.
So if you do it 4 times, you get...
Not necessarily. It could be 5, could be 3, could be 2, depending on the situation, depending on the severity of it. Yeah. Could be 1. Sometimes you might do it and there's someone there that you haven't seen, and then that will turn into serious straight away.
I'm looking at the papers. I saw somewhere about the clutch. Why is there a line at the clutch?
The coasting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember on the coasting. Were you looking at it during the test?
Yeah, I kept on looking. I saw these things and I was like, oh.
No, these when we're stopping, I just to mark how many times we've stopped.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. On your road test, you're not gonna have this. You're gonna have it with an iPad, see, and you can't see. So don't worry about what they're marking down. Just concentrate on the driving.
Kept on throwing an eye over there.
Yeah, that's what I done on my driving test. But it doesn't help because most of the
don't
times you
really
don't even know
understand,
what they're marking anyway. So it doesn't make sense looking there. You're just gonna be stressing out for no reason. Okay, George. How do you feel in general
No, I think I'm gonna pass. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
on your road test? Yeah, I think you can definitely do it. But yeah, well done, man.
Thank you.